Welcome back to the third video of building a do-it-yourself shipping container shop slash garage. This is the next day after getting the connexes set. I got busy welding the connexes to the piers. My dad got busy cutting wood, and him and my sister started building the pony walls. And there was a couple of the piers that had kind of settled down into the ground and they weren't touching the connex. So what I did was got some plate and welded to the corners, and then welded those plates to the plate that I had in the piers. And one thing I forgot to include in the last video was welding up the little plates that we put down into the sono tube to weld the corners to. All right, this is Friday, July the 11th. We've been here almost a month. We had the dozer delivered on June the 18th and started doing the clearing and flattening out of this hill where we're going to put the shop and the house at. This is kind of a view of all the bulldozer work we did. House is going to go right in that general area where the blue truck's sitting at. We've got the connexes set on the piers we poured last week, and we got them welded to the piers today. My dad and my sister started on the pony walls that are going to go on the top of the connexes where we're going to set the trusses at. The trusses got delivered yesterday, and so then today I got the welding done for the connexes. Got them welded to the plates that we put in the concrete before it dried. And so now we're ready to start building. So far we've put in a bunch of long days and half the nights, but up here there's daylight until pretty much almost 24 hours a day. You know, it's about 8 o'clock right now up here, and the sun's still high in the sky. All the trusses are sitting over here ready to go in, and then the pony walls, just got started on those today. We're gonna hopefully get those finished up tomorrow, start setting those. Tuesday, the rental on that Sky Track is over with, and so we gotta make some progress the next few days. The old blue truck, all the lumber I bought to build the roof and everything over the connexes. And then of course here's the view from our back porch. One of these days, once we get that built and the house built, that'll be nice to sit on the back porch or in the living room checking out that view every day. Tell them we're gonna drill in this first punch up right here.
We're about to drill in the first punch. So, come on.
Okay. Ouch. Dang it. That did not feel good. Tell them just to snug that one, but don't tighten it all the way. Put a flat washer, a lock washer, and a nut, and forget it. Today we started putting up the pony walls. We got 2 sections put up, and tomorrow we're planning on putting up the other 2 on this side, putting in all the rafters, and then getting that side put up, and hopefully start putting up the trusses, because we're gonna run out of time. We got 2 days left before they come and pick that thing up, and my parents are leaving on Monday. So no, leaving on Tuesday. So anyway, we only got 2 days, plus we got to get out of our Airbnb and move out here too. So anyway, this is progress we made today. These are about 6'3.5", and we got them bolted through the floor, or actually through the roof. It'll be the floor of this section, I guess. All right, that's where we're staying today. Fixing to go get some pizza and call it a day, and get out here tomorrow, and hopefully make a lot of progress tomorrow. That bit's ready to work today. Yeah, we'll go with 39 to the top. All right, push this as far hard as you can that way.
That should mean it's at the angle that you want it?
Should. Screw it in, then find out. Yep, 4 foot. That's where it should be. Man, this thing needs to set the battery on time lapse to get 3 minutes worth of footage. We got the pony walls secured in place, and now we're going to start putting in all the rafters to hold it up, and then we'll move to the other side and do that one over there. All right, we got one side done, got the rafters on, the pony wall on, everything braced down. We're gonna go over here to the other side, start on that. Hopefully get that done. And then tomorrow we can start setting the trusses. Alright, we're up here starting on the second container, getting the back plates bolted through the roof. We've already got the pony walls built. They're over there laying on the trusses. So we got to get these plates done, and then we'll start on the pony walls up there in the front. Alright, we're rocking and a rolling. See what we can get done today. We were going to set the first end truss, and my dad's running the SkyTrack, and we were trying to use the forks on the SkyTrack to set on, but we found out real quick that there wasn't any play because it was in such a bind with the forks. So I had to come up with another idea, and I ended up building a big hook, which allowed us to maneuver the trusses from side to side and get them set exactly where we wanted them. Then the other problem I ran into is I only had one extension ladder, and I about got wore out moving it from side to side. So the next morning I built several wooden ladders so that I didn't have to move that extension ladder back and forth. And so that made things a lot easier. I think we were able to get about 4 trusses set the first evening, and then the next day we got all the rest of them set, and that was the final day that we had the SkyTrack, and they came the very next morning and picked the SkyTrack up. So we were cutting it pretty close, so we had to put in a long day this second day, but we got it done, and man, what a relief it was to get all those trusses set in place. Well, it's a beautiful morning up here at the Alaska Homestead, and thought I'd give y'all an update on what's been going on. You can see behind me, we got the trusses put up last week. My dad was still here, and so he ran the sky lift and lifted them up, and my nephew and my sister helped me out on getting them lined up and getting them in position. Now I'm in the process of putting all the bracing in and the purlins for the sheet metal. I still got to drive back to Texas and pick up the trailer and my truck whenever they get it fixed. But I'm out here living at the homestead now. You got the RV out here. Hopefully the electricity is going to install today, and I'm still waiting on the water well, and then once they come out here, then we'll be able to get the septic put in. This is the area where the septic system is going to go. Found a real nice patch of sand for the fill line, and that goes down at least 10 foot or deeper. We already had that tested out, so just in the process of waiting, and in the meantime still working on the shop. It's coming along, looking good, and can't wait to see the finished product. And of course the view hadn't changed. It's still beautiful. Can't get tired of this, waking up every day seeing this lake. And the loons are usually around here somewhere. There's a pair of loons that lives on the lake, and it's nice seeing them every day, and love hearing their call that they make. But anyway, just thought I'd give everybody an update. I've got a bunch of video I've got to get edited and put up. We've been on numerous excursions. The latest one, my sister and I went up to the Kenai River the other evening when the tide was coming in, and caught a few sockeye for supper. We didn't want to catch a whole bunch because we don't have the electricity going out here and don't have a freezer to put them in, so got them on ice right now. Cooked up one of them last night. It was really good. My dad and I went halibut fishing a couple weeks or so back. Caught some halibut, caught some cod. That was both really good. The stuff we couldn't eat, we shipped back to Texas with mom and dad whenever they left. We went on a rafting trip on the Kenai River. That was really cool. Last weekend we went on a hike up to a glacier with my sister and my nephew, and you know, just living the Alaska dream, and you know, getting stuff done on the homestead and having a good time, you know, enjoying some of the stuff Alaska has to offer. Well, the light company's here, and they're putting in the pole across the road. I don't know if I'm gonna get my side of the road hooked up today, but at least they're out here making progress. That's a good sign. Yeah, I can't wait to get some power going. That way we won't have to run that generator all the time whenever we need power. Don't know how important electricity is until you don't have it. It's a major convenience, that's for sure. Alright, I need to get this first truss level, and I've been trying to do it from up top, yeah, truss at a time, but it's not working too good. So I got this rope coming along to one of my 18-wheeler tires. I got some stakes in the ground holding it in place, so it's kind of like a dead man, and so it's not off by a lot, but just enough to make it to where it's not going to be level and straight whenever I go to put the tin on. So I can get out there, crank on a little bit, get up there to the big level, and see what I got. Alright, I don't want to do this a whole lot because I'm afraid that I'll pull it too dang much. Alright, let's go see what it looks like. Yeah, it's looking better. It may need just a little bit more. I'll only get up there and check with the level before I pull it anymore. I know on the other end I'm going to have to do the same thing because it's got a little doggy leg in it. But this end's looking pretty good. Now they're setting the lines into place. Gonna get them hooked up to the new pole. Pretty good little process there to get service into my place, but luckily I got lines running right beside me, so don't have to worry about getting a whole string of new poles and wires ran in. That would be really expensive, especially up here. Well, the light company's back out here again today, and they're finishing up the install on the electrical drop. For now I'm still using the generator. Got to cut some wood for the ends of the trusses for the sheet metal. So I'm going to cut a few of those and then get up on the roof and get after it. Yeah, this Thursday, a little afternoon. The sun came out a little bit ago. Rained all day long yesterday. This is the last day of July 2025. Up here on the shop, putting the purlins on for the trusses. I'm on the second row on one side. I've already got 4 rows on the other side done, but I decided to get over here and get a few rows put up to help support and brace everything so that it's not so wobbly up here. But anyway, I'm about to put the last board on the second row. This is the first row right here. I still got to cut the end of it off. Got a foot overhang. I got to take off several of these brace boards to put in the last piece. It's going to go right here. But there's the other side over there. Still got a lot of bracing boards still attached over there as well. But I'm gonna gradually make my way up towards the top. I got a brace board going down here on the bottom of the truss. There's going to be another one there, a couple in the middle, 3 more on the other side, and then I've got a brace kind of on the pieces going down. I got to put a brace board all the way across, all the way down. But I'll have it good and braced up before we start putting the sheet metal on it. I still haven't heard anything about my pickup truck yet that's in Amarillo at the repair shop. Hoping it'll be fixed in the next couple of weeks. That way I can go down there and get it and bring up all the sheet metal that I bought in Texas so I can save some money. But now I don't have it up here. The electric got put in last week, so we got electricity out here now. Still having to take the RV in about once a week to dump all the tanks and get fresh water. The water well man showed up last Friday and we got a spot picked to put the well in, but it may be another week or so before they can get out here to actually get it drilled. It'll sure be nice once we get some running water out here. The spot we're gonna put it is where I pushed a lot of dirt down the hill and kind of built up a pad. There's a stake over there. I don't know if you can see it or not. That's kind of the spot where we're gonna try to get the well dug, and then we'll just dig a trench across through there, run it the other side of that blue Connex towards the back, and then we'll put the tank and everything inside the Connex and insulate around it to keep it from freezing during the winter time. But anyway, I want to get busy, and just got the last board cut to put up here on this last row, or the second row of purlins. And so once I get that done, then I'll go back to the other end and make my way back down here, try to get a few rows put up today. It's slow go now. All my family that was up here helping, they all had to go back to Texas and go back to their normal jobs and take care of business back there. So I'm up here by myself doing this. So I'm just taking it easy, going slow, trying to be as safe as I can and try to get all this stuff done, and so that whenever it's time to go get my truck, then I can go down there, get it, come back, put the sheet metal on before I got to go back to Texas for the end of the summer and finish getting everything squared away back there. And once I do that, you know, when we get our place sold, and we're moving up here for good. So the next trip up will be the final driving trip. And so anyway, just happy the sun's out and everything's gonna dry up for a couple of days before we get any more rain. So anyway, I'll get busy and show you a little bit of what I'm doing up here. Putting these boards on every 2 foot. Before I get too far along, I gotta measure in between the trusses to make sure I'm keeping a measurement consistent all the way up. So between this one and this one, Got 22.5 inches. And we're right on the money. Yeah, today is Tuesday, August the 5th. I want to get a little update on what I've been doing. Yesterday was a pretty productive day. I got a lot of bracing done to the trusses. On the bottom of the trusses, I put bracing up. I had one row right here. But yesterday I got 3 different rows of bracing put on the bottom, and then on my 45-degree angles on the trusses up there, I got a brace line all the way down to the other end, and then I got the rest of the purlins put up on this side almost to the top. I got one more row to put up at the very top, and today I'm going to get on the other side. Got one more row of bracing to put up, and then on my 45s I still got to do that bracing, and then go ahead and put my purlins up all the way to the top. Hopefully I can get all that done today, and then put that other row on this side up. And at that point I'll be pretty good on my bracing. I may do some more bracing in some other areas up there, but for the most part the bracing will be done, and feeling pretty accomplished at this point. Getting real close to being ready to put sheet metal up. Of course I gotta fly back to Texas to pick up my pickup truck and trailer with all the sheet metal on it. Called this morning to get an update on my truck. Still don't know where it's at or if they've even touched it really. It's been at the current shop for almost a month. It was at the first shop for a month and they really didn't do anything at all to it, so I got it sent to a regular pickup truck repair place, but they were a month out. So I guess they are a month out because they haven't got it fixed yet. So I'm hoping that'll be fixed in the next week or so. That way I can fly to Texas, get the truck, and make the drive back up here with everything on the trailer. And then I'm hoping later this week the water well guy will show up to drill the well, and at that point I'll go ahead and get all the water line put in, the water tank. I need to get my electrical ran from the meter loop over into one of the connexes and put in a breaker box. And so anyway, I still got a lot of stuff to do, so I want to get busy and hopefully I can get some stuff accomplished today. I've been using the top of the camper and getting up there to put up wood and bracing and stuff, and that's been working out real well. I just kind of move it around to wherever I'm working at, and the best spot is right up there where the tallest part is, because I can get way up into the trusses without having to stand on anything. Down at the back it's a little bit taller up there, but this worked out really well using that. So anyway, I'm gonna get busy. Well, I'm kind of getting a late start today, but hopefully I can get a lot accomplished. Got to pull my bucket up with all my little chocks in there. Whenever I get to a point where the boards don't quite meet up, then I got to put a little chalk in there. But on this side over here, they kind of all met up in the middle, so I didn't have to put a whole lot of chocks. But over here on this side, like right up there going down, I had to put those in just so I'd have something to screw the end of the board to. Anyway, I'm gonna get busy. All right, I'm gonna start on the last row of 2x4x8s for the bottom bracing. I'm overlapping these to help with the strength. So I got the whole, 2 trusses tied together basically in 2 spots. Every time I add another board, could be using longer boards, but I ordered a whole pallet of these 2x4x8, so I'm just going to use those up for for all my bracing and stuff. It should work pretty good. And then like right here is where I'll put one of the scab-ons. Put it in right there and screw that one down to it so that it's got something to grab too. One of the pretty days when I was out working, I got a visit from one of my neighbors. He was doing a flyover and got some video of me and took several pictures, and I was taking video and pictures of him at the same time.